gotta chill with this shit, Hugo.
YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm giving you my personal opinion of daily driving the 26SI. I've been seeing a lot of mixed reviews about it, older videos, some from a couple of months ago, spanning back to a year ago. So far I've seen good and I've seen some all right, opinions about it, but I'm gonna give you my personal one of the car. Excuse me, but yeah, so far since I've been driving the Civic, so far it's smooth. I learned that so far I cannot sit up and drive, and if that means I like to sit up like this on the steering wheel, just because in my old car I used to do that a lot. I don't know why, but because I was lowered maintenance, I could see where the potholes and shit was. Because the roads here in Georgia are trash, some spots depending on where you go, but most part of my city roads aren't that bad. But it depends on where you're going. The roads are trash. But so far, I tried to sit up and drive and shift. Not good, because I'm not even gonna lie. I done money shifted numerous times. I done stalled. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because most folks is not gonna talk about that. I will. I'm gonna tell you, I done stalled numerous times. And yeah, and I done been in a situation to a point where people have tried to crash into me, and it's cost me to either knock it out of gear or money shift. So but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, so far I'm picking it up smoothly. Still not perfect yet like everybody else. But the first thing I will say the car doesn't like, maybe it's just me, but just off of what I've been seeing, the car doesn't like it. Like when you're ready to take off, it tries to bog out because of the air conditioning being on. Now, I don't know if that's every other car like that, or maybe it's just me not, getting enough RPMs up, but the car doesn't like it. But maybe it's just me, but from other people, it's like, nah, it's just you. Probably is me. I'm not perfect. Not saying I am, but we getting there, we're getting there. But other than that, so far, seats are comfortable. Seats are very comfortable. I like the fact that it being a racing bucket seat, it's comfortable. Plenty of padding. It's not rough on the back or anything. I like it so far, and I like the styling of it. Let's get in here. I like the radio. The little sign in stuff. Turn the car on real quick. I do have a dash cam in here. Shouts out TikTok. I got that off TikTok for like 20 bucks. Works good so far. Turn this off. Okay, guess the music gonna stay off. But so far, pretty much the dash is pretty much simple. Instrument cluster, I like it. Especially when you get ready to get up in the RPMs, how the lights up at the top. Ain't gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I'm still trying to get used to that. The shifter, besides the top of this getting hot as hell, I like it. Feels good in your hand, grip wise, but I want to change it out eventually once I get used to everything with being in a manual car. I do want to go short throw, but that's after you'll pretty much somewhat master it, if that makes sense. Master it more. And let's see, radio wise, I like it. It's a lot better than what I had in the 24EX. Damn, I ain't even got the camera pointed on. My bad, y'all. The radio, it has a lot more going on for it. It isn't just plain like the 24EX I had. It had buttons down here like pretty much a stock car would. You know how it goes. No XM radio, none of that. But this one I have all of that. But I'm not doing the radio type because I don't listen to the radio unless I necessarily have to. it's better than what I had, but still, in my opinion, they could have did more with this display. They could have merged it down here, did something different. But other than that, I'll take it. It could be a lot worse. The Type R has more stuff on the radio because the radio is pretty much the same, if not a little bit more upgraded. It actually has gauges to show what the car is doing in the Type R. I wish they did that in the SI. That'd have been dope if they did that. If they actually have some type of application for that, let me know, please. I would love to see the gauges on the screen. That would be so dope to have. I almost pressed this the other day. The SOS. I slick forgot what it was, but I guess that's a little indicator, you know, to call the ambulance or something when something happens, which is pretty different from what I've seen before, but it's pretty cool. The interior, I like it, but I wish they did a little bit more to it. But at the same time, it being an SI, but I don't know if these SIs come in like different trim levels parts, if that makes sense. Because I noticed in some SIs, there's different stuff. Like right here, I don't know if this was in the older models. This was like filled in and had SI right here. I could be wrong, but I might have been looking at a different video. But it looks like they had like SI right here. Now they might have done it in the older years. If they have, let me know in the comments. I would actually like to have the piece right here to cover this up. Seeing that annoys me a little bit, but could be worse. Dash, pretty much same as my old car. You know, clean little setup, but wish they had done a little bit more. I wish they'd have numbered the SIs. That'd have been dope to have like a number plate up there, like how they do on the Type R's. That'd have been hard too, in my opinion. Pretty much other than that, I mean, the interior is pretty much straight to the point. You know, nothing too crazy. But, you know, they could have did a little bit more, you know, a little bit more stuff. But, you know, you got the drive modes, click up for sport and then individual. But you click down twice from individual all the way down to normal, which is in right now. I very rarely drive in sport. Yeah, like I very rarely drive in sport. Now, once you put it in sport, it's like it wakes the car up more. The shift points are like slightly more different and it's more aggressive. But until I master the car, I'm staying normal. Pretty much, you know, just to get around town and stuff. Because in sport, I noticed it does drink more gas per usual. I ain't gonna lie, it's been eating gas, but it's because my miles per gallon is down. Like I said, I try not to drive a lot, but when I drive around, I drive around. So, you know, I hoon in it a little bit, not too much. I have stepped on it a few times, but, you know, don't need no more tickets. Car's pretty easy to maintain, as long as you're not trying to be crazy and stuff. But me being new to the manual scene and the stop and go traffic is fucking annoying. I see what y'all saying now. Some of the people I know that's been driving manual for years, it's annoying because people don't know what the fuck they are doing. And you know, I done had to I'm basically staying in neutral and just coasting at this point, because people is in my city, and if you from where I'm from, which is Cartersville, Georgia, if you're from where I'm from and you know how that traffic is right there past Piedmont Hospital, after 5 o'clock, it's over, because the people coming off that on ramp, dude, oh my gosh, bro, it's trash. They need to fix that. They need to put a red light right there. If you know where I'm talking about, where the traffic is heavy on 41 in Cartersville, you'll see what I'm talking about. They need a red light there to divide that up, dude, because it's crazy going down through there. The stop and go, it's annoying, not gonna lie. But let me think. The lane departure and all of that stuff, it's helpful, but it can get annoying. Now, the self-steer, so pretty neat how it works. But in my 24EX, it how you say, it comes on quicker. I like how as soon as you press the button, it takes a second for it to see how the road is set up, and then it'll lock on. With this, I don't know, sometimes like if you're driving and you turn it on, sometimes it's on, but it's not. Like, it doesn't like fully activate until, I don't know. I guess depends on the road, I guess, or what's going on. But sometimes it doesn't even want to activate fully like how it's supposed to, because once it turns on, you'll see two green lines on, and you try to take your hand off the steering wheel for like a split second, it automatically just triggers the little warning sign. I might turn that off, but sometimes, I like to use it a lot, because I use it a hell of a lot in my old car, especially when I was filming rollers. We're not gonna talk about that. Be safe and don't do what I did. But other than that, so far, the lane departure and all that stuff, I kind of want to turn it off in a sense, but at the same time, you got idiots that like to merge in your lane or come over towards you and stuff. It'll actually be in handy. So 50-50 on that. I'm gonna turn it off one day just to see, how I am reacting wise, because people drive crazy as hell in my city. I'm pretty sure they drive crazy everywhere else, but in my city, you better be on your P's and Q's, because you got people that drive like they don't have no type of fucks to give at all. Excuse my language, but just being honest. Let me see. What else? Sunroof. Nothing to really say about that. Same thing in my old car. Now I will say this though. So you know how if in my 24EX, when you cold started it in the mornings, or if the car sits for a while, when you start it up, you can hear the intake. I have a PRL intake on my car now from my old car, and I put it on literally the first day after I got the car, because we was taking everything out of my old car, putting it in here, and my neighbor's put your intake on, and I was thinking okay, well, maybe because I put this on, it's gonna sound like my other car. So, and that was a 1.5 turbo as well. And when you cold start it, you can hear it, I guess you could say, spooling up, like how you can hear it's just sucking in air real loud. You can hear it. And then after a while, it'll die down very slowly. And so far, I haven't heard it. And it's well, maybe it's something wrong. No, everything's hooked up right. As soon as you get into it, you can hear it. A Honda's got that little sound like it's about to engage in the VTEC. But it just, you get what I mean. If you got the SI, you got the intake, you know what I'm talking about. I don't hear it when it's cold starting and it's trying to build boost or whatever the fuck it's doing. I can't hear that, so it's maybe it's something wrong with the intake. I don't know. I kind of missed that though with my old car, because it made my car sound it's got a big ass turbo, but it doesn't. Turbo's small as hell. I did not know that these cars had small turbos. Yeah, I'm still learning as I go. So now I'm SI. Now it's okay, I can't slap the suspension like I did on my old car on here. I actually have to get SI suspension or whatever. And the suspension I looked at so far ain't cheap. Woo. Maybe because I was on a different website, but I do want to go silver coilovers. I want to go with those next. I had BCs from a 10th gen on my car. It was cool, but it was sitting kind of funky. We'll talk about that in a later time. But I'm probably going to go silvers. Silver coilovers, I think it's silver max or some shit. But those I heard are the best coilovers for this car. So we're going to look into that. But the price I seen on this website was $2,500 with Swiss springs, and I think it was the extreme low or something it was called. I'm going to go all out with it, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. Once and one time only. But this time, though, I'm going to pay attention to what I get, because with my old car, I ended up with BC extreme lows from the 10th gen Civic. It went in my car just fine, but it just, I don't know, it wouldn't fully go down in the front, and everybody knows the sauce. And I tried to get the sauce, but I had to find out all through a lot of research how to do the sauce method of slamming the car in the front. And the back's no issue, just the front. If you've been 11th gen Civic for a while, you know what I'm talking about. When you fully max these out in the front, they don't go all the way down. The back will go as low as you want it to go. But just the front, you got to do a lot of customization. Not a whole lot, but enough to where it'll probably annoy you. Like I said, I'm gonna get those. Wheels wise, I got the same wheels I had on my old car going on. Tail lights. May put the wing on later in time, but for right now, let the SI wing ride. Lip, we're gonna go Yofer lip, fire. I like how it looks on this car. Definitely Yofer lip, and probably Type R aftermarket grill on here, but that's later in time. But back to opinions. So far after owning this car, I like it. It being my first manual car, because apparently there's a lot of beginner manual people getting this car, and you know, I've seen people do some dumb shit. I mean, not saying I've done some dumb shit in this car, but you know, that's a learning curve for me. But in order for me to get where I need to go, I need to damn learn how to drive this car. But when it comes to like downshifting, no issues. I done got that down pat. Maybe every once in a while I might slip up and go into the wrong gear, but I instantly correct it. But other than that, I like it so far. To me, it's comfortable. Since it's not like Type R, how it has more gadgets, because the Type R is, how can I say, the seats are stiff in the Type R. When I drove the one that I drove, it's very, very stiff, and I'm just like, yeah, I want a Type R, but I don't know. Maybe the FK8s drive different. I want to drive an FK8 Type R and see if there's a difference. There's gonna be a difference, but it's like seat wise, I want to see. But other than that, if you think about getting the 26 SI, I say go for it. But if you already been in the manual game for a long time, you know, but you want like a little twist to it with a little more pep in its step, I say yeah. If you can't afford the Type R, go SI. And I'm seeing people, since I've got my SI, they trading theirs in for a Type R. So what's the deal with that? Like, as soon as I get my car, I'm seeing everybody trade theirs in for Type R. I'm just like, damn, they're abandoning the SI. So let me know about that. Maybe because people want to upgrade, I guess. I don't know. But most people are choosing the FK8 Type Rs. So please let me know about that situation. So, but other than that, I mean, enough of me talking. I guess, opinion, I love it. Color-wise, the colors, the Urban Gray is fucking nasty. Especially when it's clean, I got to clean her up. But Urban Gray with that pearl in it, I like it. So, rating the car, I give it a 8.5 out of 10. Maybe as I drive it more, do more stuff to it, it'll grow on me. But I'm at 500 and hold on, let's see. I'm at 584 miles. So in another vlog, I'm going to do another update once we hit to 1,000. I'll probably do another small We'll probably do another small update and talk about how, you know, everything being past 1,000. I might do it right when I get to 2,000. So far, I'll try to keep updates with the car. If I change anything, I'll do my best to film it. We will be doing some more filming. I got a special guest. Hopefully tomorrow works out. We got a special guest we're meeting from down towards Atlanta, probably a little south of that. Meeting my first 11 gen slammed Civic owner. So that's gonna be cool. We're gonna do a vlog on that because he's getting some goodies. We're gonna talk about them too. So stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this vlog out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Stay safe. Peace.